everyone, I'm back with a new tutorial video, and this time I'm going to show you how to make a upside down base for your LEGO Stranger Things custom minifigure. And yeah, if you are familiar with the show, you will know that in the show there's another dimension called the upside down, and yeah, that's where the Demogorgon here is from. So I want to make a base for this guy because he's a pretty tall dude, just like Christopher Johnson. So I decided to make a small base for him from the upside down, because the upside down is kinda like a slimy, more dark version of our world. And yeah, I think that's a really good, really cool concept. So I just wanted to make a base for my Demogorgon. And also leave your thoughts down in comments on my new intro, because yeah, I put quite a lot of time in it and I hope you guys like it. But anyway, yeah, starting off with the paints that you need. Now here are all the paints that you require to make a upside down base for your Stranger Things custom minifigure. Now starting off from left to right. First off, we have two paints. One paint is from AK Interactive and the other one is from Games Workshop. I've already talked about these two in my unboxing number 7, so be sure to check that out. There I'm explaining how what kind of paints these are. But anyway, now moving on, we have another Games Workshop paint. This time it's a shade paint. It's called Null Oil, so yeah. Then we have a regular black paint. I use Abaddon Black, also from Citadel Games Workshop. And then you will need this paint. It's called Nagaroth Night, so be sure to get your hands on that. And then another shade paint from Citadel. It's called Drakenhof Nightshade, so yeah, it's more like a dark blue or violet shade. And next we have Mechanicus Standard Grey, also from Citadel. And yeah, I use this a lot because it looks very like a Lego's grey paint. Now we have a more dark grey called Ashen Grey. So these three are like all grey paints that I use, like medium, dark and light. And light is Administratum Grey, so yeah. Now these are all the paints that you need. Be sure to get your hands on them and then we can start moving on to the parts that you need. Yeah. Here are the specific, also kind of like tools or parts that you need to make this base. Now starting off, we have a regular liquid super glue from Revell. I can highly recommend them. Revell makes really great glues. And then we have a regular PVA glue. It's just like a German brand that I got here. It's called Uhu. Anyway, you will need like 5 to 7 of these toothpicks, and I'm going to show you real quick now what we are going to use them for, because we are going to cut them and with an X-Acto knife, and then make kind of like a small tree. And yeah, this will also work as some trees that we're just going to stick into the base. But yeah, then we also need some airsoft balls. I only got one here, but you will need 3 to 5, so depending on how big your base is going to be. So yeah, these are all the tools, and then of course you will need a base. Now this one is made by my own. It's not from Citadel, as you can see obviously. And yeah, it's just of some, I don't even know how this white thing is called. It's kind of like plastic. And I wrapped around some masking tape to make it look more professional, to be honest. And yeah, I just cut a small hole in there and then glued a Lego stud in. That's just nothing very special, so I just did this on my own without recording it. Because if I grab my Demogorgon here, you can see it fits perfectly, and yeah, it's just a small base. So yeah, these are actually all the parts that you will need. And now we can start with the main tutorial. the first thing we are going to do is gluing those airsoft balls in place. Now you can decide where you want to put them, depends on how big your base is, of course. But for gluing them on, I wouldn't recommend super glue like this or the PVA glue that I got. I would just recommend some more thick glue from Revell. So yeah, let's do this. Yeah, let's first put a bit of glue here. Yeah, that turned out pretty good. Now we're just going to do this with some more balls and try to do like 3 or 5, I don't know, in one place, like very tight together, because then it would look even better. So let's do this. As you can see, I've glued all of my 4 airsoft balls in place, and I mean, it depends on how you want them to stay on your base. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good. But now we're going to grab our toothpicks, and I already got here finished some, and after I like cut them in shapes, I put them into water, like into a small water bottle, because then the wood will, I don't even know how to explain it, but then it would look even better. Just try it out. So anyway, we are going to just stick them into the base, because it's pretty easy to stick them into there. Or yes, like this. And try to do these only on the back, so it won't like cover the figure. So let's do this. That's going to be pretty quick. Then kind of like that. That's not even dried yet. Anyway, now we have ready the base, but of course the balls won't stay like this, because after they dried, I'm going to first of all put a layer of PVA glue onto them, and then I'm going to put some dips of super glue onto them, so it would look kind of like this. And as you can see, the 2 different glues like really gave the balls more texture. And one thing that I didn't know, but I do now, is that this liquid glue is kinda acid, so that's why, as you can see, it kinda did some holes into the foam. So that wasn't expected, but a surprise to be sure, but of course a welcome one. I mean, as you can see, it looks pretty cool now. I might do this now on purpose. But the balls have more texture now, so we can start painting them. And now the first thing we are going to do is actually remove all the toothpicks, because then we can paint them better. And at the end we are going to just simply glue them on. But now we're going to take our Dagger of Night from Citadel, and then just cover the whole thing here up. And obviously, as you can see, I already painted the sides in black, just with a bed in black from Citadel, and that was nothing special, so I just didn't want to record this. And so now let's paint this thing up. I finished painting everything else in Nagger of Night, and as you can see it looks a bit more like the Upside Down now, but of course it's not done yet. Now we're going to be painting the toothpicks, or the trees, if you can call them like that. First of all, we're going to be painting them in Mechanicus Standard Grey from Citadel, and after that we're going to shade paint them with Nuln Oil, and then we're going to put some layer on with Ashen Grey. So let's do this. After you've shade and layer painted the kind of tree or toothpicks, it should look like this, and now we can start with the special part. We can use this thing. Now, of course, I've already talked about this thing in my unboxing video. I'm going to put the camera a bit more up, because now I'm going to use it. And for this you of course need a brush, and I'm using this medium brush, and it's not even that clean. So I'm using this one because it's already a bit old and messed up. Because yes, you can see the texture of this thing. If I can get this open. Oh boy. Yeah, you've already seen this if you have seen my unboxing video. But anyway, this is how it looks like. It looks pretty interesting, and I've already tried it out once. Only once, but now I'm going to use it here. Just glob a bit onto your... Looks kind of funny right now, but still, just put it onto here in some places. I think that's already a bit too much, but I don't care, because when it dries it's going to be not so big. It's going to shrink a bit. But then just try to poke it around, and the only thing you have to keep in mind is that you're not supposed to put anything of this onto the stud, because then the Demogorgon can't fit onto this base anymore, and we don't want that. No. What the fuck am I saying here? Anyway, now just try to poke it around, try to give some texture with this. And this already looks pretty good, and it's going to look even better when it's dried, of course. But I'm just messing around with this. And feel free to add a bit of water in some points. It's going to make it look even better, trust me. So I think this might be it. Now the only thing you have to do now is wait for it to dry. To be sure, just about 5 hours or 4. I know it sounds pretty much, but it's definitely going to be worth it. You don't want to ruin anything here. So let's wait 5 hours. So as you can see, I already put the Demogorgon up here on his base. And the water gel effects fully dried after 5 hours, and as you can see, it doesn't look white now, and that's good, because the Upside Down is definitely not white. But as you can see, I also painted some of the light gray onto the trees to make it look more realistic, and that's just a very easy step. So you can be done now if you don't want to make too much, if you don't want to put too much work into this, but you can go on by using Drakenhof Nightshade and then just shade all over the purple parts. So you can do that if you want. I just finished putting on some shade here onto the base, and as you can see, it looks much more like the Upside Down now. But one thing that you can do now is you can use the Citadel Technical Paint Nurgle's Rod. And if you want to know what's so special about this Nurgle's Rod, go check out Games Workshop's YouTube channel. They did a kind of a tutorial on how to use it, and I also watched it, so I know how to use it. And yeah, we're just going to grab ourselves a not so fine brush, but yeah, again a medium one, and then we're going to wait till the shade dried, and then we can put Nurgle's Rod onto it. Now we simply use our brush and then just glob it into. As you can see, obviously it's green, but it's also a pretty bright green, but don't worry, when it's dried it's going to look totally different. So yeah, we're only going to put this onto the airsoft bolts, and yeah, as you can see, the paint is kind of like a shade paint, but when it's dried it's going to look different, because after it dries it looks kind of wet, and that's what we want. So yeah, this already looks pretty good, and also you can mix a bit of water within. It was a bit too much, but also try to thin it down a bit, and then you can put it all over the base. That's what I'm going to do now. And yeah, after this step we are already done with our upside down base. Let's see how the finished product looks like. That's already it for this how to make bases for your Lego custom minifigure part 2 tutorial video. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys do those upside down bases, and if you do some, then be sure to tag me in, because yeah, I'm very interested to see them. And yeah, but anyway, as you can see, everything's done now, and I also got here my Demogorgon and my Demodog from the Stranger Things show. And yeah, now be sure to check out some other videos from mine, such as my first video on how to make bases. There I made a base for Christopher Johnson from District 9. But yeah, also be sure to check out some unboxing videos. In unboxing number 7 I talked about this paint. And yeah, but also be sure to check out my recent unboxing plus Taiwan haul video. That's a very special video, and I kinda put a lot of effort in it, so be sure to check it out. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.